the power. This here is Ray Hagins from America, and it's very important. Dr. Ray Hagins. This message is particularly for all of us Christians in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole. Please listen to your fellow African man. He's an American. Listen to his words, and also for Islam as well. There are elements of what he's saying that we need to look at. As Africans, we should really make sure that we understand our own ancient belief system, and we actually live alive by those. Because what this man is about to tell us is something here. He's making a claim here that you need to listen to, and I think it's something you will find interesting. So let's listen to Dr. Ray Hagins.
I'm not feeling the best, so I ain't got time to be beating around the bush, okay? But believe me when I tell you, if you can invalidate what I'm saying, I promise you, I will pay all your living expenses. I don't know of a better challenge than that. Listen, if somebody told me that all I got to do is prove what they said wrong, they pay all my living expenses, trust me. For the next 3 days, I wouldn't do nothing but find the proof that he's lying. Because see, I know after I find the proof, I ain't got to pay rent no more. I ain't got to pay electric bill no more. I ain't got to pay a car note no more. I ain't got to pay no food, clothing, expenses no more, because he going to pay them for me. That's better than a lottery ticket. I'm giving y'all a guarantee.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to make y'all think I got money. But I'm saying that because I know you can't find anything to invalidate what I'm saying. Trust me, I tried it for 5 years. When I came into the knowledge that everything I've been preaching was a lie.
Listen, please.
From 1993 to 1998, I tried to find one thing, man, to say. And the only thing I could find was the more I searched, the more I saw how much I was lied to.
That's what I want you to listen
by the
to.
bishops and the presiding elders and my own parents. They didn't know.
That's the thing that I want you to understand. When it comes to religion, we have been lied to. Particularly in Africa, we have been lied to. And that's the point that's being made by Dr. Ray Hagins here. And yeah, of course, we would like any of the pastors in Nigeria to come and disprove what this man is saying. Get the evidence of that Jesus rose, he died and rose, and he's saying he actually never existed. So let's go ahead.
They didn't know. They were, you know what the problem was? They were teaching me what somebody taught them. And when y'all sit in churches and pulpits, y'all out there watching me, when y'all sit in churches and pulpits, that's exactly what's happening. The dude in the pulpit is telling you what somebody told him. That's called hearsay. Damn, that's deep. Living your life on hearsay. No wonder we gossip so much. That's why we gossip so much. Our whole life, man, that's some deep stuff. Think about that. Think about your whole life is built on hearsay. Look at somebody and say, that ain't cool. That's why we don't know what we're talking about. Minister Stewart, 20th chapter of John, before we read about the resurrection account, I told y'all the book of John was a forgery. Any scholar, any second-year Bible college student will tell you that the book of John was added into the Bible centuries after all these other so-called books.
This is what you believe in.
And it had to be added for...
This is what we've been led to believe in. Things that have been altered, changed. We need to wake up in Africa. This impacts both religions in Africa. I have no business talking to anybody else in other continent. about whether or not how they take religion, that's up to them. But when it comes to Africa, the fact that many of us are leaving Africa, going to all these places, is because they've psychologically taken our minds through these books. It's like some kind of a brainwashing that's gone on in Africa, to such an extent that the greatness of our ancestors, we've literally abandoned it. And it's time to reconnect. Your ancestors, the ones that built those great kingdoms, Borno Empire, Oyo Empire, Songhai, Mali, all of those great empires, they are running through our veins, and they are waking us up. The reason why the likes of myself are coming out is not because we want to do it, but it's because our ancestors are saying it is time. It is time for Africa to rise. And we're here to wake you up. We're here to wake you up from the slumber. Those religions, particularly on African soil, is designed to ensure that you are mentally enslaved and keep you occupied whilst the colonials loot our resources. It's time to wake up. It is time to collectively wake up. Let's go ahead.
A particular reason. What was that reason? John, the 30th verse, Minister Stewart, verse 30 and 31. What does it say?
And many other signs truly did Jesus in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book.
Meaning in the book of John, not in the Bible, in the book of John. Now notice the 31st verse. The 31st verse actually tells you why they compiled the gospel according to John and put it in the Bible. It actually tells you why they did it. A lot of people look right over this. It actually tells you why they actually made this book up and put it in the Bible. What does 31st verse say?
But these are written.
These, or this book was written, why?
That ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ.
Listen to the words again. Let's go back again. I want you to hear those words. Listen to the words. Listen.
These are written.
These, or this book was written, why?
That ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God.
Did y'all get that? It's right there in black and white. They're actually telling you the reason why this was written is so that you might believe, not that you would know, but that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. And that's what has controlled our thinking. Yeah. Now, remember, keep in mind what she just said, and now you'll understand why I coined this phrase. Repeat this after me. He who controls the printed page, controls the thinking of the age. Did y'all get that? In other words, the European historiography is what controls the thinking of the masses. They wrote it and told you it came from God, and you believed it, and they're controlling you like a dog on a leash. Now, let's go to the first verse of the 20th chapter. Let's talk about this so-called Resurrection Sunday. Go ahead, Minister Stewart.
Verse 1?
Yes.
The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early.
Cometh who?
Mary Magdalene.
And who else? There's nobody else there but Mary Magdalene, right? By the way, this is supposed to be the woman that Jesus married, by the way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, he didn't either.
Wake up, my people. Wake up.
Jesus didn't have no wife. See, that's the problem. That's some deep stuff, how our minds are so messed up. We actually get angry over the idea that Jesus had a woman. You don't like that idea. You can't conceive that. You can't process that. Now, my Lord and Savior didn't have no woman. And you want to know why the spirit of faggotism is in the church so strong? Well, he did not have a woman. He didn't have a woman because he didn't exist. But suppose that he did exist. According to the Bible, Mary Magdalene was his woman. And the folk don't like that because Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. Y'all follow what I'm saying? How could Jesus marry a prostitute? What's wrong with you? How dare you say such a thing? You got this lie. You done elevated the lie so high that any challenge to make you think about the lie, you get angry with the person who's making you think. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So the first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene.
That is the point there. Instead of confronting the real issues, people get angry for the people who are waking them up to make them think about the lies that they've been told. And that is what we're saying now. I mean, the challenge is there. The challenge is clear for us all to see. Very much from what the Dr. Ray Hagins is saying here, you know, this religion has been designed to fool many Africans. And it's still fooling Africans in Africa till today. We need to wake up. Let's listen on some more to Dr. Ray Hagins.
Go ahead, Minister Stewart.
It was yet dark.
Now mind you, according to this verse we just read, only Mary Magdalene was there. Mary Magdalene, didn't say nobody else, right? Okay, and then it goes on to say, while it was yet dark. Isn't that what it says? Now I want you to keep these points in mind. One person came to the tomb and it was still dark. Go ahead.
Unto the sepulchre, and seeing the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth, and cometh to Simon Peter, and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved.
Now, according to what she's reading so far, one woman came to the tomb while it was still dark. The sun had not come up yet. And when she saw that the stone was rolled away, she did not go inside. She saw the stone was rolled away, and she immediately took off running and went and told other brothers what happened. Right? Go ahead.
And said unto them, they have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre.
She didn't say he's risen. She did not say he is risen. She said they stole him. Somebody stole his body. You got me? Okay, go ahead.
And we know not where they have laid him.
Okay, and they don't know where he is. Go ahead.
Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple, and came to the sepulchre.
Uh-huh.
So they ran both together.
Here come Peter and some other disciple. They're going to come running to the tomb. Go ahead.
And the other disciple did outrun Peter.
Whoever this other disciple is, he was so angry about this that he outran Peter. He got there first. Are y'all seeing this here? See, you know, really, when you really just take your time and read this like we're doing right now, you see how stupid it is. But we didn't take our time and read this. We just heard, he got up. With all power in his hand.
Listen. We have been tricked, and we need to listen.
And he's stooping down and looking.
Listen, the point that I'm making here is that we have all been tricked. We need to wake up. What they are telling you is this religion that they've done, as far as Africa is concerned, we need to wake up from it. It's been designed to enslave our minds. We need to wake up. It is time to what? To wake up.
And saw the linen clothes lying, yet went he not in.
So the first dude that got there looked into the tomb, and he saw that the clothes that he was wrapped in was there, but there was no body. Go ahead.
Then comes Simon Peter following him, and went into the sepulchre.
I can see Simon Peter now, man, I ain't know you can run so fast, man. Ain't nobody in there. You got the picture? Okay, go ahead.
and seeth the linen clothes lying, and the napkin that was about his head, not lined with the linen clothes,
Go ahead.
wrapped together in a place by itself.
Continue.
Then went in also that other disciple, which came first to the sepulchre, and he saw and believed.
Believed what? What did he believe? It wasn't nothing to believe. What he was told was somebody stole the body. You got me? So what does he believe in?
Somebody stole the body. Remember?
Go ahead.
That
Oh, I know what I just heard a preacher talk. He believed what the Lord had said before. You know the Lord did say that he was going to get up on the third day. So that's what he believed in. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 9, for as yet they knew not the scripture, that he must rise again from the dead.
Uh-oh, that just cancels out what I just said, now don't it?
Then the disciples went away again unto their own home.
Now that's some deep stuff. Check this out. They went home. They came, saw the body had been stolen, and they went home. Oh, well. It's a wrap. They done stole him. We don't know where he is, so ain't nothing we can do about it. It's all over with. Let's go on home. Let's go get a beer, brother. Come on, man. Got this? But his woman didn't take it so easily. What is it going to say?
But Mary stood without at the sepulchre weeping.
The brother said, let's go, man. Let's go. Hey, come on, man. Ain't nobody else hanging around here. Let's go on home. Ain't nothing we can do about this. It's over. You know how the brothers are. See, brothers here, you know, hey, man, hey. Dude ain't here, so let's go. You know. But Mary stood there having a fit, crying.
And
go ahead.
She wept. She stooped down and looked into the sepulchre.
Now she decides to finally take a look in. When she first got there, the stone was gone. She took off running. Now she decides to look in, right? Okay.
And see two angels in white sitting.
I love how they always have angels dressed in white. Sitting. One at the head, go ahead.
One at the head and the other at the feet.
Yes.
Where the body of Jesus had lain.
Yes.
And they said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou?
Why are you crying?
She said unto them, Because they have taken away my Lord.
Because somebody stole his body.
And I know not where they have laid him.
Okay.
And
so you see, he didn't rise. Somebody stole his body. I'm just saying this because I think we need to really understand that we've been, whilst we are busy with this religious nonsense that's been put in our minds, guess what they're doing in Africa? The colonials, they're taking away our mineral resources. As I'm talking to you right now, the naira is only worth 0.0013 of a dollar. That means it is less than 0.001. It is not up to 1 cent in the dollar. It is still 0.0087 short of what it needs of getting up to 1 pence in the dollar. So this, what we're showing here, is very important for us to understand how they've used religion and all manner of things to ensure that Africa is focused on inertia, things that are just pure lies, allegory. Yes, let's go forward.
She had thus said, she turned herself back and saw Jesus standing.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
And knew not that it was Jesus.
Now this is her man. This is her man, right? Okay. She turned around and saw this dude standing there. Okay. And she didn't know it was her husband. Go ahead.
Jesus said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou?
Now, why are you going to ask these dumb questions? Okay, I mean, who else would I be looking for, okay? You know, who wasn't you laying in here? Go ahead.
She, supposing him to be the gardener, said unto him,
How do you confuse your man with the gardener, the caretaker of the cemetery? Go ahead. Y'all relax there. Y'all relax. Go ahead.
She supposed him to be the gardener, said unto him, Sir, if thou have borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away.
Yes.
Jesus said unto her, Mary. She turned herself and said unto him, Rabbi.
Rabboni.
Rabboni, thank
yes.
you, which is to say, Master.
Now this is deep. He just asked her a question. Woman, why are you crying? Who are you looking for? And she thought he was the gardener. Now he says to her, Mary. And now she knows who it is. Maybe nobody could say Mary like you do. You might have had a Barry White kind of voice.
Oh yeah, we know where that's going.
Now check how deep this gets. Now go ahead.
Jesus said unto her, Touch me not.
Okay, now check this out. This is deep. This is important. This is important evidence in this case. Can we take this to court? Yes. She recognizes this is my man. And she gets ready to put her arms around her man, and he said, don't touch me. Can't touch me. Why can't she touch him?
For I am not yet ascended to my Father.
Don't touch me because I haven't ascended to the Father yet. In other words, like if you touch me, there's so much glory over me, there's so much power over me, there's so much divinity in me right now that if you touch me, you won't be able to handle it. You will die. So don't touch me because I have to ascend. Y'all see this?
Yes.
Don't touch me, God, and ascend to the Father, but do what?
But go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God.
Go tell the brothers that you've seen me and I'm getting ready to ascend to the Father in heaven. This is the concepts that we have in our mind. Y'all got those facts there? All right, now let's compare. Turn to Matthew.
Please reason with me. Specifically for Africans that has a belief, if you're in Africa and you're believing in this allegory, you need to wake up. You really need to wake up. That's why we're doing this program. We're not here to abuse you. We're trying to wake you up because we need you in this struggle. Africa is not free. Niger has proved that. What's happening in Niger, in Mali, in Burkina Faso and Guinea has proved that Africa is not free, and we must free Africa collectively. But we need you guys to be awake, to join in this struggle. We need to free the whole of Africa from this psychological bondage that we've been placed. And that is what is holding us back. Whilst we are busy praying, they're looting our resources for peanuts. Niger started selling for the first time since they took over, they chased out the French, selling 1 kilogram of uranium at 200 euros. France forced them to sell 1 kilogram, same 1 kilogram, at 80 cents in the euro. You see why we need to wake up? We must wake up. Let's listen on.
28, verse 1. You remember the facts of the first presentation, right? Okay. I asked y'all, how many contradictions do you need before you know something is not right? Everybody held up one finger. All right, let's read. Matthew 28, verse 1.
In the end of the Sabbath.
In the end of the Sabbath.
As it began to dawn towards the first day of the week.
As it began to dawn. Now, what did the first account say? While it was still dark. Right? Okay. The sun is coming up now. Go ahead.
Came Mary Magdalene.
Came Mary Magdalene.
And the other Mary.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Whoa. I just asked you in the first account. Mary Magdalene and who else? And there was nobody else. So now, Jesus' other woman is coming along with Mary Magdalene. This is Mary, you know, the Mary and the Martha. Mary and Martha, y'all remember them? Okay. Well, see, Jesus supposedly married them too. Yeah, oh yeah, y'all didn't know that? Yeah. In fact, they put out a movie about it some years ago. It was called The Last Temptation of Christ. Didn't y'all see? How many of y'all saw that movie? Yeah. And in that movie, they supposed to tell you that, you know, he didn't really die on the cross. He came down off the cross and married Mary and Martha and had children by them. So he had 3 wives. Now you see why they banned the movie. Couldn't take it. Just the mere idea, not only of him having a prostitute as a wife, but him having more than one wife? Oh, come on. Couldn't handle that, man. They boycotted that movie all over the world. Read.
And behold, there was a great earthquake.
Oh, now we got an earthquake, okay.
For the angel of the Lord descended from heaven.
Now mind you, in the first account, okay, there was nobody seen at first. She came and saw the stone had rolled away and took off running. Got the brothers, they came back and looked in the tomb and they saw 2 angels dressed in white inside the tomb. Now here, these two women, okay, which really are Isis and Nephthys, an ancient Kemetic thought. That's where this whole thing's stolen from in the first place. Y'all getting me? Here we got an earthquake and the angel of the Lord descended from heaven. Go ahead.
And came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it.
Now, this is some deep stuff, because now these 2 women here, and they actually see the angel of the Lord coming down, because the stone has still got the tomb sealed, and the angel comes down and he rolls back the stone and sits on top of the stone. Go ahead.
His countenance was like lightning.
His countenance, yes.
And his raiment white as snow.
Yes.
And for fear of him, the keepers did shake and became as dead men.
In other words, the caretakers in the cemetery, these are men now, saw this being of light sitting on top of this stone. Y'all bear with me as I talk this stupidity for a moment, will you? Because it's so stupid, I'm getting frustrated talking about it. But I want y'all to see how confused we are and the mess that we've been believing and got us messed up here. So you
please follow what he's saying there. We need to wake up from this hypnotism, this mental enslavement that we've been placed. So let's listen to what Dr. Ray Hagins is saying here. It's of immense importance.
You can go share it. Go tell your family, you know what? This brother said some stuff to me that I've never thought about before. Yeah. Let me share with y'all right from the Bible what he shared with me so y'all can stop believing this dumb stuff.
Yep.
This being sitting on top of the stone, the caretakers, who were brothers, men, got scared. And not only did they get scared, they got so scared that they passed out. Fainted. That's what it means they became as dead men. They fainted. Go ahead, 5th verse.
And the angel answered and said unto the woman, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified.
Oh, this is deep now. This angel did not ask, who are you seeking? I know why y'all are here. Don't be afraid. Y'all looking for Jesus, who was crucified. Now, this is some deep stuff. He is not here. For he is risen. As he said. Everybody ask yourself this question. Say with me. When did he get out of the tomb? When did he get out of the tomb? Because the stone was still there when the ladies got there. See, I done dropped the case already. according to what we just read, the angel came down and rolled the stone away. Right? So where did he go? How did he get out of the tomb? It was still sealed.
Yeah.
Now, you know what most church folks say? I can hear it right now. I hear them saying it. Well, ain't nothing too hard for God. Ain't nothing too hard for God. He was God. He could get out without rolling the stone away. Come on, people. Y'all see how we made the thinking? Read quickly.
Please, we
Come
need to wake up.
see the place where the Lord lay, and go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead.
Yes.
And behold, he goeth before you into Galilee. There shall you see him. Lo, I have told you.
Now wait a minute. I thought that we just read that Jesus talked to Mary in the tomb. Now we're reading, he done left y'all, he already on his way into Galilee. So go tell the disciples that that's where he's going to be. Read.
And they departed quickly from the sepulchre with fear and great joy, and did run to bring his disciples word.
Now repeat after me. They left the tomb with fear and great joy, and told his disciples what they had seen. Remember that. Remember that. 9th verse, go ahead.
And as they went to tell his disciples, behold, Jesus met them, saying, All hail. And they came and held him by the feet and worshipped him. Then said Jesus unto them, Be not afraid. Go tell my brethren that they go into Galilee, and there shall they see me.
Okay. For the sake of time, let's move forward. Go to Mark now. And let's see how this lie comes out. Mark 16. Verse 1.
And when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James and Salome, had bought sweet spices, that they might come and anoint him.
Oh, so now they're telling us the reason why they came. Here's the problem. You see, that wasn't an uncommon thing to go, and because it was a rush ceremony, so they're going to take spices and wrap, anoint the spices to help get rid of the bad odor, because they didn't have embalming fluid back then. Got what I'm saying? So they're going to anoint him with the spices and everything so his body's not stinking and da-da-da-da-da. But the problem is, why are you going to the tomb to anoint him when the tomb was sealed? Just like today when they lower the casket in the grave and then they put him in what they call a vault, and then they put the big cement top on the vault right there in front of you, okay, and you know it's there. Why are you going to go back and try to do something to the body? That doesn't make any sense. Read.
And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun.
Okay, now the sun is coming up. Go ahead.
And they said among themselves, Who shall roll us away the stone from the door of the tomb?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Everybody say poor planning.
Poor planning.
You coming to anoint this body, but the tomb is sealed. So on your way to the tomb, you're asking yourself the question, who's going to roll the stone away for us? Go ahead.
And when they looked, they saw that the stone was rolled away.
Yes, go ahead.
It was very great.
Yes.
And entering into the sepulchre, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a long white garment.
Okay.
And they were affrighted.
Okay.
And he said unto them, Be not frightened. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen. He is not here.
Okay.
Behold the place where they laid him.
Okay.
But go your way. Tell his disciples and Peter that he goeth before you into Galilee. There shall you see him, as he said unto you.
Now check out this 8th verse. As I state my case. What does it say?
And they went out quickly and fled from the sepulchre.
They went out quickly and ran from the tomb.
For they trembled and were amazed.
For they trembled and were amazed. Now here is the line that says you have to throw this thing out of court. What does it say?
Neither said they anything to any man, for they were afraid.
Did y'all miss that? Look at somebody next to you and said, according to the Bible, they did not tell anybody. Now look back at the same person and said, according to the Bible, they told the disciples. Is it a contradiction? Would this stand up in court? It won't even stand up in your own mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what's really interesting here is verse 9 through 18, or 9 through 20, goes on to talk about what happened thereafter. But the problem is verses 9 through 20 were added into the Bible after the book of John was added into the Bible. If you look at verses 9 through 20, if you guys got a red letter edition of the Bible, it's supposed to be the words of Jesus. Right? How did Jesus say all this if it was added into the Bible?
There you go.
I just presented some stuff to y'all that pretty much invalidates the validity of a so-called resurrection. Brothers and sisters, on this day, we need to understand that we need to exercise common sense.
Exactly.
Everybody say common sense ain't so common no more.
Common sense ain't so common no more. So, anyway, I wanted you to just hear that, and it was worth listening to that. You know, I really wanted to do that. What are your thoughts on what you've heard? You've heard the guy said what he said, and I actually happened to really, I really want us to really think about what he said. Listen to the words he said particularly. Let me just see if I can do something quickly.
And it was still dark.
Sorry, 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Until the sepulchre, and seeing the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth, and cometh to Simon Peter, and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved.
Now, according to what she's reading so far, now, why are you going to ask these dumb questions?
So, anyway, you've heard what is said there. I just wanted to just have a think. I'm going to be quoting the particular section of this so-called Bible. The point I'm making here is that we really need to wake up. We have to wake up. As Africans, we should wake up from this slumber and this trickery that we've been fed. And it is time for us to really wake up collectively. So that's Dr. Ray Hagins. What are your thoughts? How do you see this? We're here to wake you up. That's the idea of doing programs like this, to try and really question everything that we've ever been taught or told. The Bible is an allegory. I know many people will not like to hear that. I know many people will find that offensive, but that is being used to close our minds. We have been psychologically destroyed by something that is not real. And to such an extent that it's even telling us to abandon our own ancestors. And Africa will not rise unless we reconnect with with our ancestors, who we are. That's who we are. I'm not telling anybody from Europe or Arab countries to abandon their own gods or what their belief system. So what right do they have to tell us to abandon our own system and in fact put in system to make sure that we never reconnect to who we are? That's the point I'm making here. I hope you find it relevant, and it's great to hear Dr. Ray Hagins expose a lot of the facts, but you can see, have a listen to it, have a think. I want us to really start thinking, with our own minds, without it being colored by the brainwashing that religion represents in many instances, particularly in Africa. So I hope you find it beneficial. Let us have a comment. You, of course, watch this is the platform where we speak Truth or Power. Leave a comment. Let's hear from you. I'll back later on. Thank you. I'm back for now.